Welcome to the TMZ podcast. Devin here with Courtney.
Hello.
What's going on?
Nothing. Clean white tea you got going on.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh, right?
I know.
It's only a matter of time before this thing gets a coffee stain.
I say 5 minutes after here, you're going to...
Yeah, luckily I'm pretty stocked on those. What are they called? Shout? Is that what the
Shot
stain
wipes?
removers?
Yeah, or Tide pens.
Super clutch. Not a sponsor of the show, but super clutch. So we got 3 stories as usual. Perez, we have an update on what happened with Perez Hilton, courtesy of his brother-in-law who went on his podcast and spoke a little more about details that we didn't previously know. So we will play the sound bite of him talking about that.
Yeah.
Brian Hickerson's sister now has spoken out and is kind of explaining why, for all the people who think why Hayden kept going back to Brian, she kind of shed some light on why she believes they kept rekindling
wasn't like in his web.
Their romance.
Yeah.
And then finally, Jelly Roll called the president of the United States fat. So
Well, he said fat like me or
he
fat
made a
like
fat
me.
joke.
Yeah.
So
it was good.
Yeah. Jelly Roll was, what was it, Jimmy Kimmel that he was stepping in for?
It's very weird to see him in a suit, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I saw
all
the
his
headlines.
tattoos and then like his fresh new teeth.
Yeah.
A little weird.
A glow up for sure.
Yes.
So we will get into that at the end of the show. Okay. So obviously a pretty serious story. Perez Hilton. We haven't really heard much in a while.
No.
We know they've released a few statements the family has. His sister spoke out in a long interview.
Yeah. And we know that she got to talk to him, that his mom also talked to him, and that he was staying a little bit longer. But that's not really in depth about anything.
Yeah, obviously that he was still in the hospital with, not only the physical treatment for all the, the cuts and stuff that he did to himself, but also obviously being held for mental evaluation. So now...
But it was way more serious than what we thought.
Yeah, so his brother-in-law, Tom, went on the Perez Hilton podcast with Chris Booker, and they released an episode. I think this is the first one since the live stream that they released. So. And this is what Tom had to say.
The actual healing or digging into what caused this mental break, as I called it, hasn't been discovered completely yet. And I don't know if it will ever be. I don't know. I've heard people suggest sepsis psychosis. I don't know if that's the case. And I don't honestly know. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you how they actually even diagnose that, if it's a theory that they just kind of, say, hey, this is plausible, or if there's something they can specifically look and test for inflammation of brain tissue. I have no idea. That's way out of my wheelhouse.
You mentioned the cuts, which were obvious. You could see that if you were unfortunate enough to see any of the feed. And you mentioned some falls. Was there any damage done from the falls?
Yeah, there was some broken bones. There was some other things unrelated discovered during this, stemming all the way back from his sepsis that needed to continue treatment on. And I think hopefully, like I said, hopefully it's Mario that can go into details at some point.
You've spoken with him. His sister's obviously spoken with him. Does he understand what has happened? Is he lucid? Is he like he was before? What is his state of mind at the moment? Because, we haven't heard anything from him. And, clearly he's still in the hospital dealing with a lot of issues that are even unrelated to the break. Was he scared? Did he know what he'd done?
I didn't dig into that when I've spoken to him too much because I didn't want to trigger any anxiety for him.
But I guess he was in some type of manic state, so it kind of makes sense.
But sepsis does weaken your bones. And it sounds like he was also saying they found some unrelated issues to what happened that stemmed back from sepsis. So maybe there was something that still had to do with that and that caused the bones to weaken when he felt. But that's very jarring and scary.
Yeah, he also brought up the sepsis psychosis, which has been one of the theories of I guess a lot of people who have sepsis do experience some type of kind of mental breaks after. So again, he's not a doctor. I don't think anyone who's floating this theories are doctors, and no one really knows exactly what happened here.
They don't, but I wonder if he does know, or if the doctors really still haven't diagnosed it.
Is there any way to actually diagnose and pinpoint why someone has a mental break, or is it all kind of guesswork? I know there's experts in those fields, but yeah, I guess the encouraging news is that he is talking to his family. Lucid, talking to his family members. It doesn't sound like they're digging too much into what happened, which kind of to me shows that he's still in a pretty fragile state.
Yes. Well, just like he said, he doesn't want to give him anxiety. I'm sure he is like very scared about like what happened, and you don't want to trigger anything again.
And apparently he still has not been allowed to see his children since
they're
that
with his
happened.
mom, correct?
The mom, his mom has full custody.
Yeah.
It's temporary legal guardianship is what she has. And so I can't imagine that he's doing very well with not being able to see his kids, but clearly, the doctors are making those decisions.
Yeah, and I'm sure the kids are concerned too, because the last time they saw their dad, because they were in the house,
right?
And then his sister removed them from the house before it got even
really tragic story. But it sounds like he's doing better, but we're also, it doesn't sound like we're going to see or hear from Perez Hilton in anytime soon.
No, but I'm happy he's continuing to get better and help.
Yep.
Yeah. Brian Hickerson's sister.
Hickerson.
Yeah. Isn't that how you say it? Brian Hickerson. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. You kind of said that weird.
Did I? Oh, well, I also had a cough like coming, so I was trying to hold it. But yeah,
it sounded like you were hiccuping.
She was like, I understand why Hayden was like wrapped in his web. He was super charismatic and very charming. And she was like, I understand why Hayden just kept going back and going back.
Yeah. So this is his sister, Ashley. She was
like, he just draws you in.
Yeah, she did a whole interview with the Daily Mail, basically kind of just getting into, and again, I don't know how, these are just certain quotes that are taken from the interview.
Yeah.
But you just talk about how he's really charismatic and draws you in. And I mean, my thing with this is it's like, that's how you hear this all the time with domestic abusers and being able to kind of like charm the person back into their lives or to get the person to forgive them.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this is just kind of a standard case of that, at least. Because I know a lot of people on the outside are like, you look at all these horrific things he's done to Hayden, the arrests, the domestic violence. They've openly both talked about it.
Yeah,
and
she
it's
was like, he punched me.
Why are you still hanging out with this guy?
Yeah.
But it was just a very toxic relationship, it sounded like.
Yeah, from both. Yeah. And his sister was like, I understand why she would do it. She doesn't really sound like she thought that they were perfect for each other and like that they should be together. But I don't really know how her and Brian were.
Yeah, I mean, I think somewhat close because at least here she kind of defends him a lot in the interview, it seemed.
Yeah.
I mean, she acknowledged that he had problems, but like she basically was saying like he sought treatment, got help. She said he owned up to his behavior. She basically was blaming drugs, was like he was a completely different person until he got on drugs, which I think a lot of people who know people who get on drugs can.
Well, I think even in the interview that he did with Charlie Neff here on her interview with Brian, that he did say that. He was like, drugs changed me a lot and I'm trying to like get help and like get better.
I mean, so she basically said he had a huge decline after he started doing drugs. So yeah, I mean, that's not an excuse for domestic violence or anything, but yeah, it's not, I guess, the most shocking thing that his family is coming out and defending him because obviously there's a lot of stories out and everyone's digging into their relationship history and different things he's done and trying to point the blame on him in this situation. And ultimately cops are investigating and
they're
that's
definitely looking into it. So they're doing the investigation. You just have to let it play out.
Yeah, that's usually what we say here. But
I mean,
people on the internet don't. But people on the internet don't wait for investigations to play out. They have theories. They make accusations that don't have to have any facts behind it.
Yeah.
It's just a crazy world we live in. Get to Jelly?
Yeah, a little bit lighter note.
Yeah.
Jelly roll.
Is that a little skinnier, lighter?
Oh my God, much lighter.
Was that a weight loss
but I'm very
joke?
proud of myself that I did that.
Yeah, so what was Jelly Roll doing? So Jelly Roll was stepping in for Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's like... Yeah, because remember Rosie O'Donnell did it last week, I recall, and I feel like other celebrities...
So they're having celebs step in for Jimmy Kimmel. Are we gonna play? We have the clip. So we're gonna. So Jelly Roll had a joke at Donald Trump. So take a listen.
Well, Mr. President, from one fat pig to another, take it from me that physical fitness is very important. And trust me, you'll be happy to see your penis again. I do speak from a little bit of experience here, y'all. The first time I seen mine recently, I was surprised at how cute it was. It kind of looked like a little Labubu doll. You should not laugh that hard at my penis.
I know. Comparing your penis to a Labubu, Bob. I thought, I get what you're saying now because I hadn't seen the clip. It is kind of jarring to see someone doing late night television with a full face tattoo and everything.
And then there's like in a suit and like
it is kind of a weird sight to see. But I obviously he doesn't write those jokes.
No.
And it's classic. He was very self-deprecating.
Yes.
And but it is kind of interesting a little bit because, and I know it's kind of a lowbrow, like it's not like that big of a shot at President Trump. But I feel like he tries to be pretty not political.
No, I know. I was actually surprised he took this jab at Donald Trump.
Because I think country fans are obviously very conservative, and probably a good portion of them are Trump supporters. Not all.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a country fan.
No, but I'm just saying. I think
they
lean more that way. And I've noticed he's been very calculated as never really taking a stand one way or the other, which makes me kind of think, and again, this is me just speculating, that he's a little more conservative than most country people, but also doesn't want to put his views out there because it might mess up with his career.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
He is at Jimmy Kimmel. Trump and Jimmy Kimmel have had a lot of beef going back and forth. So I feel like he also was playing to the audience. Yeah. And also Trump fat jokes are so easy to do. He's not really talking about politics. He's just talking about his weight. That's what every single person does. And I feel like him and Bonnie XO have talked about him finally being able to see his penis again before in her podcast.
Yeah, no, she's talked about how they really struggled to have sex when he was. I mean, the guy was 500 pounds.
Yes.
And it is, and once you lose all that weight, it's probably pretty fun to do fat jokes.
Yeah.
Because it's all the fat jokes were at you, and now you can do other fat jokes and also basically make them about yourself too.
Yeah. And I feel like
it's an easy cop out.
It is. And Jelly Roll, I don't believe that he used a GPL-1 because we saw him doing all these races and everything and just eating healthy.
You just watch his transformation slowly but surely. I mean, I wouldn't care if he took
but I remember Jordan, our field producer, got him at the Rose Bowl when he was doing his first 5K.
It's just crazy to lose 300 pounds. That's
like two people.
That's two human beings.
Yes,
crazy. But he looks great.
He looks amazing.
I think this is also him. I could see him doing something like this. Maybe not being a late night TV host, but he's got the personality. He's a very charming guy.
People love him.
He's very well liked. I could see him doing obviously something other than just music.
Yeah, well, I mean, his life story is insane.
I mean, you would only take this job as a fill-in guest if you wanted to be on TV.
Yeah.
So I think this is him basically
he's feeling it out for what his
feeling it out
and
almost
a couple years.
Right. And almost kind of putting a reel together for people to be like, hey, look, I'm good on TV. But good for him.
I can do acting jobs. I can do some other type of stuff. He doesn't want to be on the road for the rest of his life.
No, I think didn't he say he's taking a break from performing for a while? Really? Yeah, I think he said at a concert at the end of this that he's going to take a year or two off from performing.
I never got to see him.
I think it's just kind of grueling. He also has kids, so he probably wants to spend time with them. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, his voice
Branson,
is so magical.
Any comments?
I think Branson's trying to look at Pokemon cards or something.
No, I didn't even have Pokemon growing up.
Really? That's shocking.
Honestly, just one comment here. Courtney says, Courtney.
Oh, yeah.
Hayden really deserves so much more in her life. I pray that she is at peace. And that's all I have. Everything else.
We all do. She was very open about her struggles and wanted everyone to be aware so that they could also get help.
Right.
It's so sad.
Really tragic story for sure. Yeah, that's it, Brent.
All I got for you.
All right.
Yeah. Today.
Look at this guy just coming back. What the hell were you doing over there?
I know.
What was I doing?
Yeah.
It was his girlfriend's birthday on Friday.
Girlfriend's birthday. Went to a few wineries. Didn't drink because I can't drink. And then Saturday.
What do you mean can't?
I was boating.
Because of his condition, but also.
You have a heart condition?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't drink because of it.
Okay.
And other than that, boating and.
Boating's fun. Also, going to a winery and not being able to drink wine
sounds miserable.
Awful.
It's
and
always
it was so hot.
It's always
hot.
hot.
Our programming, I spent most of the time at the winery on the phone watching Two Angry Men film.
Oh my god! I would be pissed
I'd rather be
girlfriend.
locked up.
And it was 105 degrees.
I would be so upset if I was your girlfriend.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love a good winery though.
It's so much fun.
Harvey's like, Mark, Gary goes, all right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn, it sounds peaceful.
Yeah,
very
we did
romantic.
One for my friend's bachelorette party. We all dressed up as old women, and we all got so wasted.
Yeah, and that's what
fun.
happens every time.
Yeah, it really just gets away from you there, and you're only
it does
because
it's day drinking. You're having a good vibe, and then out of nowhere, everyone's wasted.
Yep.
All right, guys.